Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. This is a part update video, part talking about a very rare item. So let's just move this out of the way. And I'll get into it. So today we'll be talking about a somewhat rare accessory or limited edition item. That being something I've never seen talked about much. These. The Better View for Gordon accessories. Both of mine are Australian versions, and I'll get into it in a second. One of these is really, really rare. So let's start with this one here. So this is my original. This one is from 2004, like they all were, and show you the base to begin with. It is number 1057 of 14,400. This is the Australian version. The US version goes up to 40,000. So Australia released 14,400 of these and 5,000 James and Thomas packs, meaning that Gordon is the most common of the three. So as you can see, mine has a fair bit of wear up the top and is in overall okay condition. But what I want to talk about more so is, does the serial number make it rare? What do I mean by that? Well, if we consider something like the Beatles' White Album, for example, a lower serial number makes it more valuable, or a number that's a round number. And I believe the same is true for these. A number like 1057 is not going to be too rare. For the US copies, probably more so. Don't get me wrong, this is still a very low number, but if this was the American version, that would be an extremely low number. You'd be looking at a bit more. I think that the lower the number, the more expensive it should be. But of course, if the number was, say, for instance, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that would also be pretty desirable. My thinking there is that's an interesting number. Or if it was 14,400, or if it was just like 1,000 dead. Rare because it's a whole number or it's a special number. So that makes this Gordon somewhat rare, although mine has obviously seen better days. This one, on the other hand, ooh, doggy, it's a doozy. This is one I only very recently picked up on eBay. Why would I pick up another one? Well, a couple reasons. Firstly, it and the engine are in better nick. You can see, this one is very clean, very nice, still has most of its eyebrows. In fact, my original does as well. But as you can see, it's definitely in far worse condition. But no. The reason I picked this up was because of this. It's number 13. Now, when we start talking this low in terms of serial numbers, my opinion is value really should shoot through the roof. While it has no documentation included, this is not someone trying to make it rarer by printing a different number there. This is an original. Someone I know owns a number 24, and it has the same sort of style like this. An interesting thing, actually, I can show you that I have such a low number, is this. They actually ditched the comma for any number below 1,000. Yes, very strange indeed. This piece is extremely glossy. In fact, it's in very good condition. A little bit of wear there, but nothing major. This is, though, very rare. I would value this at $250. You're never going to see one with a serial lower than this. Hell, knowing that someone has 24 surprises me. So I paid $50 for it, which is a bit more than their usual going rate, but it's number 13. You're not going to find another one. It's less desirable. Well, the thing with these is because it's a serial number separate for the entire world, there can be more than 113. I think, especially with these kind of limited editions, it's better just to buy within your country and try to get the lowest within your country. If you're in the US, it might be interesting to try and find the lowest you can find in the US. Bit of a cop-out to buy an Australian one if you're in the US, or a US one if you're in Australia. It just feels weird to me. I'm not saying you couldn't, but it's just strange. Other thing to think about, would this mean that because the Australian version printed less, it's worth more than the US? Currently, that doesn't seem to be the case, but it would be interesting if it changed in the future. So should you buy one? Well, the issue I have with buying one is, for the most part, you're going to find numbers that are in the mid-range, 6,000 or higher. Well, about probably 3,000 to about 6,000. Some in the higher 10 to 12s. A lot of them are sort of not very special. They're also not that common, at least here. Especially if you're looking for particular cereals. Most people will sell it like this and not show you the base. In fact, while doing research for this very video, I could not find a single example on YouTube, apart from one by Thomas Wooden Railway, where he showed us the base. And he really just glazed over it. He had like 1,000 as well, which for Americans, that's really low. Even online, you're going to see pictures of people showing it off like this. It's as if this is not as important. Whereas I think this really is. I think these have the potential to really shoot up in value. Not only because they are a limited edition, but also because of that collectability about it. Trying to be a guy with the lowest number possible. Currently, as far as I'm aware, I have the lowest numbered Australian example ever to show up. Do I think that will change? I don't know. Potentially any number lower than 13 just got kept. Potentially. Or if there are any, it might be in the hand of just a serious collector. But I think for a while, 13 will probably remain the lowest. With 24 being the next highest, and then apart from that, the only other one I've seen that's got any... The third lowest number I've seen is this one. Either way, this is a really cool find. I would highly recommend checking the serials on your Better View for Gordons, or even your James and Thomas. The lowest example of a James I've seen is about 800, so there is a bit more potential there. But of course, with a lower sample size, or lower size, it's going to be more like engines with between the 4,500 to 5,000, and the 0 to 500 bracket are going to be the more rare ones. Whereas with Gordons, it's more likely to be those that are 2,000 or less, or I'd say 13,000 or higher. This has been a quick video. I did put out a request video yesterday. Someone asked me to look at troublesome trucks. I have looked at them in a collection video, but I finally decided, you know what, fuck it. I'm gonna regret it. I'm not gonna enjoy it because I hate those kind of videos, but I'm going to do a full collection video in the vein of Kikris, or whatever he's called, Thomas Wooden Railways. But I'm of course going to do my own take on it, and we're going to be looking at the items year by year. Or something along those lines. I'll explain it when I put it up, but it is going to take forever. I have at least 500 pieces, so we're gonna be at it for a long time. I reckon it's gonna be about an hour long, give or take. It's just going to take forever. I'm also not going to cover character cards. I'll leave that for a separate video. Partly because, I don't know, I'll think about it. So thank you all for watching this. Please tell me in the comments what your numbers are. I'm very curious to try and build up a bit of a database to know who has what. If you're in Australia as well and you've got any to sell that are fairly low numbers, hit me up as well. I'll talk to you about it. So thank you all very much for watching, and well, bye for now.